Life unscripted from prep to play. Pull up a chair, don't be late. Hands are clean, counters bright. We're cooking real.
Hey everyone, welcome in. If you've ever watched a recipe online and thought, okay, but how do I actually prep all this? This show is for you. We're keeping it real, simple, and doable. My name is Chef Montgomery. Some of you know me as Morgan. At least that's what many of my friends call me. I'm a home chef, and I've been cooking for many years. I talk about cooking all the time. I'm always in the kitchen, working on something, trying a new idea, tweaking a recipe, or just making something out of what I've got in the fridge. And I kept getting asked the same questions over and over. Why don't you start a podcast or a channel around home cooking, starting with the basics? And honestly, that's a fair question. Many people want to cook, but they don't always know the why behind the steps. Or they'll see a recipe that assumes you already know certain basics. So that's where this comes in. I'm not doing the show alone. You're going to hear another voice, and that will be Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
There you go. Chris will be recording the show and providing commentary along the way. And I'll tell you right now, she's also one of my biggest critics when it comes to cooking. And honestly, that's a good thing, because she asks questions that people at home are thinking. She'll call things out, she'll keep me honest, and she's not afraid to say, wait, why are we doing that this way? So we're looking forward to these added options. So if you hear her jump in, just know it's all a part of the show. It keeps it real and it keeps it fun. Now, if you recall, Chris and I have another podcast on Spotify called Life Unscripted with Morgan and Chris. So we're starting this one. This show is called From Prep to Plate, and the name is exactly what we're doing. We're going to walk through cooking the way real people do it, not some fancy show. We're going to walk through the prep, organization, safety, storage, and then eventually we're going to move to creating things and moving it to the plate. Now, each episode will have new topics, and sometime we'll expand on earlier topics. So if we cover something in an episode, one that you may want more detail on later, we'll circle back and we'll go deeper. So, a quick expectation up front. This is not about being perfect. Check that out the window. This is a home cooking show. Sometimes things go, a little sideways. Sometimes you realize you're missing an ingredient. Sometimes you taste something and go, yeah, that needs a little more seasoning. We'll keep it honest, practical, and easy to follow without making anybody feel dumb and not knowing something, because everybody starts somewhere. And another big promise, we're going to keep these episodes for around 15 to 20 minutes, around that. Long enough to be useful, short enough that you can listen while you're driving, cleaning, or let's be honest, while you're standing in the kitchen wondering what to make. Or also, one of the big things about this show is how to save money. That's a big thing. I want to mention the show is also about this option. Going out to eat is very expensive nowadays, especially. So now, don't get me wrong, it's nice to go out once in a while. It's fun, it's convenient, it's a good night out. But keeping money in your pocket while still eating good food, that matters. And if we can help you do more of your own cooking at home, even if it's just a little bit of time, that adds up. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat. It's cooking comes with two things: prep and cleanup. But it's an important thing to learn because once you get into a rhythm, it gets easier and faster. And there's something else cooking does, and I think this is the big one. It can bring back memories. Sometimes you'll find yourself in the kitchen and it hits you. Maybe you remember being a kid in the kitchen with someone you loved. Maybe you remember baking something together, or that smell of homemade bread, or watching someone cook without even measuring anything, just knowing what to do. Memories can be a powerful thing. And being able to share those memories or even create new ones with someone you love, that's an amazing gift. And I'll tell you, that's something I'm living with right now. Our grandson, Garrett, who some of you know as G-Man from Really Bad Jokes, really enjoys being in the kitchen. And I'm teaching him how to prep, sanitize, and very important, cook and clean. Because that's what this is really about. Learning something useful, building your confidence, and creating moments that stick with you. Now, one thing that I do that helps a lot is clean as I go. Chris will tell you, it drives her nuts because I'll always be in there cooking and cleaning the pans and the plates and the knives. Now, it cuts down on cleaning time later, and honestly, it keeps you moving smoother while you cook. Because there are times you're going to need that pan again, or you're going to need that same knife again. Or you're going to realize you need to clean a spoon or clean a bowl or just space on the counter. So instead of letting everything pile up until the end, I like to reset as I go do a quick rinse, quick wipe, put things back where they belong so when you need something, it's ready to go. That's part of how we keep cooking and feeling stressful, right? Let's get that stuff right out of the way. That's a part of how we keep it realistic for everyday life. And you're also going to see me use notes once in a while on the show. I have a teleprompter, so I'm trying that out for this episode. First of all, I'm getting older. There are only so many things a person can remember before your brain starts buffering like an old computer. I'm telling you. But seriously, notes are important, especially in cooking, because you don't want to forget an important step. Now, it's easy to get distracted, especially when you're talking, cooking, watching timing, and trying not to burn something at the same time. So if you see me glance down at some notes every now and then, just know it's on purpose. It keeps the episode tight, it keeps the steps accurate, and it helps you get a repeatable result at home. And one more thing about this show, you're not always going to find us in the kitchen. Sometimes we'll be right here inside doing prep, cooking, and talking through the basics. But other times, especially when the weather's nice, we'll be outside cooking on the Blackstone griddle. Because there's something about cooking outdoors that just hits different. You've got the fresh air, the heat on the griddle, everything sizzling right in front of you, and you've got your friends sitting around having a drink, talking, laughing, and enjoying what you're making. That's part of what home cooking is to me. It's not just food, it's the experience around it. Now, the types of topics that you can expect are we discussing on the show, a wide range but all under the umbrella of home cooking that actually works. Yeah, most of the time. Sometimes, you get a little distracted. But you can expect topics like food prep basics, sanitizing the workspace, onions, potatoes, doughs, yeasts, homemade tomato sauces, homemade salsas, mason jars and storage, vacuum sealers, cheese, fries and sides, seasoned butter, awesome, cooking butter, and taking deep dives plus more as we go along. And like we said earlier, some topics will be brand new and others will revisit and expand as we build the series. We will also have guests on the show, some recurring, some popping in from time to time to share their expertise with everyone. So that's the introduction and what you, the viewer, can expect from Prep to Plate. Now, this is our first episode. It could just be our trial episode, but the next episode, we'll start getting into the basics step by step, and we'll keep it simple. So, thanks for hanging with us today. Welcome to the show. Let's cook smarter, not
Hands
harder.
are clean, counters bright. We're cooking real, not perfect tonight. Chop, chop,